Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Nate.
And we're from GLAT Fitness. And today we're going to talk about one major method for training a strong core. Before we get into that, let's talk about goal setting. Goal setting is a great way to get to your goals, obviously. But the best way to do that is break it down into small, easy to achieve habits. Today's tip is a great way to get started with a habit. So, the tip of the day is breathing! We're going to talk about breathing and how it applies to your workouts. Now, you may be wondering,
I know how to breathe.
what do you now? Why breathing, may you ask? Proper breathing leads to better workouts and an improved lifestyle, which will guarantee you results. But first, let's talk breathing mechanics.
Mechanics?
Not that kind of mechanics, Nathaniel. You may have heard of the diaphragm. Use it. When you breathe diaphragmatically, you help recruit the abdominal muscles as well as the internal intercostals. Internal intercostals meaning the muscles in between the ribs used in inhalation and exhalation. When you're breathing properly, you utilize the activation of these muscles, therefore increasing core stability and activation. Not to mention, this is also a stress relief mechanism. The sympathetic nervous system is known as the fight or flight response.
Ah!
There is also an innervation from the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest mechanism.
Time to sleep and poop.
A deep breath from the diaphragm increases parasympathetic involvement and decreases sympathetic involvement, giving that nice relaxing effect when you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Chest breathing, called secondary breathing, uses secondary or synergistic muscles in the chest and neck musculature, causing knots, pain, and even more stress. The muscles involved in secondary breathing, for example, are the psoas, a hip flexor muscle, the pecs, and some of the scalenes, trapezius, and sternocleidomastoid, that wiggly muscle right in the neck. But don't forget, we're talking about breathing mechanics, so secondary breathing hurts your mechanics. How will it hurt your mechanics? We'll see in just a moment. Here's a hint. Proper breathing can help lower back pain and digestion.
I got your laxatives.
No thanks, Nathaniel. I don't need laxatives when I'm breathing properly. So, how do we apply this to our workouts? We're going to pair breathing with the involvement of the core musculature to increase performance and bodily control. More often in the gym than not, you'll see people use too much weight and disengage the core. This is often shown by a core instability or arching the lower back during exercises like the back row, bench press, pull-up, and more. So, let's get to business of band work. We're going to use a band to show you a back row exercise with chest breathing and belly breathing. So Nathaniel's going to show you a band row. Nathaniel, do a band row with chest breathing. You may see how Nathaniel arches the back forward or back as he uses the chest. Now Nathaniel, use your core and diaphragmatic breathing with the exercise. You may see how much more stable he is, and there's less spinal flexion or extension and more neutral positioning of the spine. Next we're going to show you the same thing but with a different exercise. Right now we're going to use the common lunge. So Nathaniel, go ahead and lunge with chest breathing. Stay there. Now I'm going to push Nathaniel just a little bit to test his stability while he's using the chest to breathe. You may see some lateral instabilities. Now Nathaniel, go ahead and do a lunge with the core musculature involved. Hold it. I'm going to do the same test with the same amount of pressure. Much more stable. No core lateral flexion, no core spinal flexion or extension. So thanks for watching. Make sure you look up some research on core breathing to see how it helps things like lower back pain, health issues. Not just that, it increases brain activity and even brain hypertrophy when you do it with a good rhythm. Go ahead and check that out. You can check out www.glatfitness.com for more videos coming soon.